whoever that is at Prism Live Studios that's watching, you guys went on instantly. Wonder why you guys are watching me so hard, huh? Lisa. Good afternoon, everybody.
Turn left on 26th Street East.
We are currently in Seattle, Washington. About to head for Boise, Idaho. Actually, Meridian to be exact.
In 1/2 mile, turn right on 70th Avenue East.
I am not sure how long I'll be able to broadcast today because the little fan that I was using to keep the phone cool doesn't want to work this morning, or today. So it's going to be fun. I'm going to have to stop and buy another one. Not something I really wanted to do, but it's going to be done.
In 1/4 mile, turn right on 70th Avenue.
How is everybody today? Hello, Queenie. Nice to see you. I got a surprise for you, Queenie.
Turn right on 70th Avenue East.
There you go, Queenie. Eric and Doris, Gail, Punky, hello, how is everybody? Now, I'm still trying to fight with Google in order to reclaim access to my live stream on the main web page, on the main YouTube page.
Highway East.
Problem is, somehow my account got separated out from my old one into a new one. And somebody else took control of the new one. As far as they changed the phone number, they changed the password, and they changed the email address for recovery. So I don't have any access to it except to live stream to it. So you're seeing me live stream on it, but that's all I've got. I don't have any access to the controls or anything right now. Still waiting to hear back from Google about it and see if they can possibly merge it back into my main. If they can't,
mile,
well then
right
I guess we're going to be switching
Highway
things up a
East.
little bit. Oh yeah, I'm okay today. I had a nice restful weekend. I am a little tired today though, because getting on an airplane really early in the morning to fly back to where you left your truck, that always gets you, right? And at least today's not a rainy day up here in the Seattle area. roundabouts should not be legal. They cause too many problems. I saw a lot of things happen this weekend on
In 3 1/4
all kinds of live
miles,
streams.
turn right
There was a
on
big
South 348th Street.
there was a big thing up on the Peace Bridge between US and Canada. A lot of different groups went up there to support and meet the Canadians on the bridge. Then there was also the 1776 Restoration Movement had a little event in Berkeley, West Virginia. And there was a lot of little things going on in each little state all across the country, which was basically drowned out by the pride parades that were going on nationwide. And that's fine, you know? That's fine. The fact is, we got out, we did something, right? The big thing is making sure people understand we don't care what your beliefs are. We don't care what your sexual preferences are. We don't care any of that. The only thing we care about is what's constitutionally right. And how do we get it back to where it should be? How do we fix what's broken? So we should be encouraging all people of all kinds to just stop and take a look at the Constitution, know it inside and out, and then see what's going on and join in with us on this fight forward. Doesn't matter what they believe in. If they still believe that they deserve the same rights that the Constitution gives them that are not being allowed or that are being stripped away little by little, if they still believe that, then they should be on our side regardless of whatever their outside beliefs are. Excluding anybody or, you know, keeping people, keeping the information away from people because you're afraid that they're working for the opposition. In my opinion, that's just wrong, because you're actually excluding people that might have otherwise joined you. You know, when you start refusing to answer questions or give out information about what you're doing and what you're doing next and moving
In 1
forward,
mile, turn right on
when you
South
start refusing to do any of
348th
that,
Street.
to me that's a red flag that you're just seriously only wanting one certain type of person. And if you only want one certain type of person, I'm sorry, this country is a melting pot. We are all kinds of people, and if you exclude one, you might as well exclude everybody, because you're not going to get what you want. You're not going to be able to move forward. Finding middle ground with everybody around you is 100% paramount, because that middle ground is what will help move us forward. Exactly, Scooby-Doo, exactly. Yep. Well, I think Santa's probably going to have to end up going back to work for a bit, because it doesn't matter. This is a long-term fight. This isn't something that's going to be solved overnight. This isn't something that we can just march in and say enough is enough. Boom. This is what we demand. We can't do that. That's not the way our country works. It's going to be a long process, and it's going to be a lot of raising awareness. But you can't have any one particular person sitting there devoting 100% of their time just to this and this alone and still be able to keep their head above water financially. It's not possible, because I can attest to that. That's why I'm out here working and spreading the message here as much as I can, and showing up when free time that you've got an event going on that's going to raise awareness, I'll be there. But as far as being able to keep myself afloat financially, I have got to haul freight, period. And if I don't haul freight, you all get to starve, because what I haul goes directly to your stores. It doesn't matter whether it's clothing or oil products or plastic products or shirts or whatever. Whatever it is I'm hauling, it's going to your store. And if I'm not getting it there, who is? I mean, yeah, there's over 5 million other truckers in this country, but the fact remains, the job has got to get done. Even when I'm putting money out of my own pocket just to make sure that load finishes getting there. Times now, I have ended up spending more on the fuel than I made on the load. And this is why we need to drop all pretenses. We need to drop all our egos. We need to cast all that aside and just band together as people, regardless of where they come from, what they believe in, or how they feel about things. If they feel the same way we do on this particular issue, then by all means they should be standing in line with us, right? Instead of allowing other small groups like Antifa to get out there and try to put out a message that we're nothing but homophobic, race-baiting, racist haters, white supremacist bullshit. We're not. I don't see color, I see human beings. I don't see sexual preferences, I see human beings. And we all deserve the same rights, no matter what. Thought he could get around me and think he could stay going faster than me climbing a hill. runs on trucks. The world runs on trucks. Really sad is that the world treats truck drivers worse than drug addicts, worse than criminals. I'm not kidding. Out here in the trucking world, when I go places, I'm looked at and looked down on worse than if I was some criminal drug addict that was there just to steal everything from you, just so I could get my next fix. You know, that's how we get treated out here, and it's been that way for a very long time. They think every truck driver is just a criminal, that we have some kind of criminal history in our past. That's why we are truck drivers now, because that's all we can do, because we're outside of society and all that. That's not true. I guarantee you more than 90% of the people driving trucks today have no criminal history. We're not allowed to. We can't, I mean, if you have a criminal history, you can't even get a CDL. So, there's that, right? But, we get treated like it everywhere we go. And that's when this whole pandemic thing started. People started looking toward the truck driver and saying, "Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you." Even people that I know for a fact treated us like utter crap beforehand. But as soon as things started moving back and the stores started refilling and everything, oh, those same people that switched from hating us to loving us suddenly have now switched back to hating us again. And you can tell just by the way we drive in traffic and the way people cut us off all the time, or swerve at us, or, you know, throw stuff at us. It's stupid. It really is. And also the way our government right now is trying to paint all us truck drivers into a corner and literally call most of us terrorists. Wait a minute, we're keeping the country going. How are we the terrorists? Even if we just have an American flag on the side of our truck, we're a terrorist, right? Sorry, but it don't work that way. Everybody should be well stocked up and be able to withstand the next 2 years, because that's what it's going to take. It's a long-term fight. We've got to raise awareness nationwide over the next 2 years, and even right now more so than anything else, because we've got the midterms coming up here. We need that awareness raised all the way around, and we need to keep it raised so that people don't forget when it comes time to vote in 2024. Biggest thing when you're voting for a politician for a senatorial or congressional seat, nobody should ever vote for any one person that has been in that same seat for 2 terms. They've done their thing, get them out. No matter what side of the bench they're on. There's no left side, right side. There's no liberal, Democrat, Republican. There's one on both sides. They want us all to be slaves bowing down to them, or peasants bowing down to them as rulers. And they're not. They're not. They work for us. We employ them. Because they work at the will of the people. They get elected by the will of the people. Everybody should look up the Convention of States. Definitely look up the Convention of States. Everybody, or afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. We are leaving the Seattle area and heading for Meridian, Idaho. Today's a long day. Especially since I got off an airplane early this morning. Had a good weekend. Got some business taken care of. Did some stuff with the family. Flying. Rented a helicopter and went up. Had some fun. You should really be researching your candidates, definitely. Yes. Research, research, research. Doesn't matter whether that candidate is on one side of the bench or the other. Because you might be surprised, there might be somebody on the opposite side of the bench that what you think you're on, who everything that they have voted on and every action they have don't discount them. Because like I said, there are no parties. There's only one agenda. if people come in here and have an intelligent conversation. You know, if you have a different view on things, if you feel completely differently, or you believe completely differently in some subject or another, let's have a conversation, an intelligent one. Let's find people right. But if you come in here and you're unwilling to have an intelligent conversation of any kind other than attacking people, well, then you're not welcome. If the first thing you say when you walk in here is an attack on somebody or an attack, you are the problem in this country. And figure out what we can do moving forward as a people, instead of as only one group, or only this group or only that group. No, we are one people, and people need to start realizing that we are American citizens, period. It doesn't matter what your culture is, it doesn't matter what your race is, it doesn't matter what your sexual preferences are, and it doesn't matter what your religious views are. We are one people, American citizens, period. That is what I joined the Army for. That is what I fought for. That is what I believe in. That's why I served, because I believe we are one people. America's a melting pot. It always has been. It was designed that way, and it will always be a melting pot. Every different race, creed, color, whatever, every different belief out there, it's here. Whether anybody wants to admit it or not. And we all need to figure out how to get along with each other and find that middle ground to move forward. Because we cannot continue people if our politicians and our media to keep segregating us, separating us, and telling us that these people are bad or those people are bad, or that there's hating one another, or keeps us fighting against one another or bickering with one another. That needs to stop. And allowing our politicians and our media to do that is just wrong. Allowing our politicians to turn around and sell this country off piece by piece is wrong. Allowing our politicians to turn around and strip away every single one of the rights given to you by the Bill of Rights and the Constitution is wrong. And that's period. It's just wrong. And we need to come together and figure out how to change that. I firmly believe a good start at changing that is to stop voting for any politician that has had 2 terms or more. If they've already had 2 terms, they're done. Doesn't matter what seat it is. I don't mind if they start and they do 2 terms in a county seat, 2 terms in a city seat, 2 terms in the governor's seat, 2 terms in a Congress, 2 terms in the Senate, and then 2 terms as a president. That's fine. That's called working your way up, right? That's fine. But no more than 2 terms in any one given seat. You should never vote for anybody that's had more than 2 terms, or 2 terms at all. it or not, there used to be term limits on the Congress and Senate, and they voted. They wrote their own bill, and in the middle of the night they voted on it, got the right president at the time to say yes to it, and boom, they got rid of their own term limits. That's how we ended up with career politicians that have been sitting in there for 40 and 50 and 60 years. Just sitting there lining their pockets. Being a politician in this country was never meant to be a career. It was meant to be a civic duty, a service. Just like jury duty, which you only get called up to do that every so often, right? Also, like, their salary was originally supposed to be nothing more than a modest stipend, because they have their own lives, they have their own jobs, they have their own careers, they have their own property, their own businesses. There's no reason for them to be paying, to be getting paid an ungodly amount to sit there and sell us off. We're not cattle. Our country isn't a never-ending slush fund that they can just throw around the world. Pretty mountains up here. So, in the interest of moving forward, anybody have any ideas on what we should be doing next? I mean, at this point, really all we can do is keep spreading the word, right? Waking people up. This is what needs to happen. This is how we fix the problem we're in. What can you do in your neighborhood to help? See, there was a point in time that somebody said, "Ask not what ye can do, what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country." And right now is no better time, no more important time in history than to be sitting there asking yourself, what can you do for your country, instead of what your country can do for you. Because right now, part of their agenda is programming everybody to just want nothing more than to live off of the government handouts. So that they can turn around and control what kind of food you can eat. They can turn around and control what kind of items you can buy. They can turn around and control what kind of car you can have, or if you can even have a car, because, well, you only work in this profession. They're trying to turn it right back into the caste system. Well, your daddy was a Thatcher, so you're going to be a Thatcher, and so on and so on. That's what they want to turn us back into. And do as we're told. I'm sorry, but I've never been one to sit down, shut up, and do as I'm told. I'm not about to start now. Hello, Charlene. I can't tell you exactly what time I'm going to get to Pendleton because there's a lot of things that play into that. I will be going through Pendleton, yes. What time I'll get there, I do not know. It's going to be later this afternoon or evening because I still got to stop and put fuel on the truck. And as you can tell, right now I'm doing 30 miles an hour up this hill. And I got a lot of hills between here and there. I would say sometime in the next 4 to 5 hours, I'll be in Pendleton. If things go good enough, maybe 3.5 hours. No, this is not Cabbage Hill. This is Highway 18 coming out of Seattle up to I-90. Washington 18. Beautiful drive, isn't it? See how long it takes me to get into the Pendleton area. I can at least blow my horn for you. Let me get over the top of this hill here. Good. I'm surprised we're still live streaming. Need all the mods to say hello so I know who's in here right now. we'll be crossing through Pendleton here in about 3 hours, 4 hours, maybe 5, depending on how slow it takes me across the mountains. Because the load's not light, and my truck is old. She don't like the hills anymore. It is just a beautiful area. Springfield, Oregon. Hello. Springfield looked really pretty from above this morning in an airplane.
Take the exit on the right to I-90 east towards Spokane.
Well, there's plenty of pictures of my truck. If you go into the so the truck is it's an old Volvo semi truck. It's got a blue hood. The rest of the body is green. And then it's got a black box right behind the cab on the frame. Because the frame is stretched, that black box will carry a motorcycle. So if I get stuck somewhere for a few days, I can just drop the motorcycle to the ground and go do what I want to do.
Take the exit.
I'm not just stuck at a truck stop.
I-90 east towards Spokane.
And then, of course, you know, there's that little bit of space, and then there's the trailer. The trailer's just a bland white trailer. So I'll be looking for a Frankenstein-looking truck that's blue, green, and black with really bright yellow lettering.
Travel Centers of America on 46630 North Bend Way, I-90, exit 34 in North Bend, WA.
Yep, gotta stop and get fuel because I'm on fumes already.
Continue on I-90. Control. So we got about
7.5 to 8 miles before we're getting fuel. And I've only got 23 gallons left in the truck right now, according to what my dashboard is telling me. 23 gallons at 5 miles to the gallon, give or take. I know that even when that says that even when that says I get 1 gallon left in the tank, if it says I got 1 gallon left in the tank, there's still about 50 more gallons in there, but you never really want to push that low. I have not had the time to watch that yet, Shirlene, but I will get to it. I don't like the fact that it doesn't match. The paint jobs don't match, but you know, when you hit a Cougar and it destroys the hinge mounts and you need a new hood and you can't find a new hood anywhere, so you have to buy a used one. Of course the paint's not gonna match, but you do what you gotta do. Eventually, I'm going to get the whole truck. Yeah, I mean, if you come in here and just start attacking people for the way they believe or the way they think or what they think is right, in my book, that's just wrong. You're just coming in here to attack and cause problems. You don't need to be in here. But everybody else, if you're willing to have an intelligent conversation as to why your belief is different and, you know, sit here and see if we can't find some middle ground, those are the people that belong in here. Because everybody in this country is hurting. Everybody in this country is feeling what's going on right now thanks to our current people in politics. So everybody needs to come together and figure out how to fix it. Because our politicians are never going to fix it. They don't want to fix it. They enjoy lining their pockets off of our sweat. Comes to whether this particular channel is going to stay in operation or move over to a different channel, that still remains to be seen right now. I'm still waiting for Google to get back to me about being able to merge this YouTube channel back into my regular YouTube account, there's no reason it should have been separated out. There's no reason somebody else should have control of it. I mean, realistically, with what they've done, there's no reason I should even be able to live stream on it, simply because they changed the password. So I have no idea how my Prism app is able to go straight live onto it without having a problem, because it's under the password that I remember, and there's no reason it should be able to get into an account and live stream to it with the wrong password, but it does.
In 1 3/4 miles, take exit 34 on the right to 468th Avenue Southeast, then take the first left.
So in the future, we may be having to move from this channel to another channel that I'm going to create, and just let this channel go. Not sure how that's going to play out yet. Still got to hear back from Google and see what they plan on doing, because Google owns YouTube. But if you're over on my Twitch, it's going to be, you know, business as usual over there. Nothing's changing on my Twitch side.
Take exit 34 on the right to 468th Avenue Southeast, then take the first left.
Exactly. You should welcome everybody with open arms, no matter what their political views are. Really. And realistically, your personal political views, those are yours.
Turn left
They're
at
the
the stop
same as
sign,
your
then
sexual
take the second
preference
left.
or whatever. Those are your private. That's your privacy. If you choose to put it out there in the public, that's your choice. But realistically, that should be kept private. You shouldn't be out there telling people, well, I believe this and this and this, and this is who I vote for, so you should too. No. No, no, no. It's the same thing as how you view your religion. That's your own thing, not anybody else's. And it shouldn't be anybody's and get educated and choose your candidate. You know, everybody should be sharing the fact that not one single politician pulling in to get some fuel out across the rest of Washington today. Today we're going to cross Washington, Oregon, and get into Idaho. I wonder if those guys realize they're going out the entry. There's a reason it was pretty tight. So it's time to get fuel. I'll be out of the truck for a bit. Y'all behave. And we'll see if the phone doesn't overheat. Have fun. Get window open for air circulation. Maybe that'll help it from overheating. $985 for 140 gallons, which is only half a tank. Yay! Fun. I'll be back. I gotta go in and get my receipts, get some drinks and something to munch on for the road. I'll be back in a minute. Were they good, Sid? Were they being good? Huh? Were they being good? Yup. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Here we go. Get her in gear. Come on. Alright. You don't want to go into gear. I'll force you into gear. Here we go. Hey, silly. Get up on the highway here, and then I can start everything they had available. While the truck stops, we're kind of stuck with it. Sold out of everything I wanted in there. Like Gold Peak. I get the Gold Peak sweet tea that is usually I try to get it that's sugar free, you know, no sugar in it at all, even though it's still naturally sweet. But most of the time you can't find that one. You can only find the one that's got the sugar in it. I like either. I would prefer to lay off the sugar a bit, but anyway, no, they couldn't get either of them today. Completely sold out. Sold out of Pepsi, sold out of Mountain Dew, sold out of Coca-Cola, sold out of a lot of things. Welcome to the New World Order.